Time being, man is stressed out. What? You want to show you how stressed out and what this road caused me? This road caused me pain.
Yeah, what's up? Got another episode of Home Gym Life. Yeah, man. Well, this is another one of those things where this time around I decide to leave in the hits and misses. Sometimes I don't do it. I just show everything as success, but get a little surprise for everybody at the end of this episode. So I can walk everybody through it and then we can experience it together. You see me? So we're starting off with a warm up and thing. We can deal with that. I decide to also leave in when I make changes on the plates. I do a little bit of editing here and there, but it's not no big deal. It's not nothing big to the video. Give me a couple minutes extra, but 20 minutes not gonna kill nobody. Right about now, I coming off a flu season, and yeah, this video was about, well, this portion of the video here, so was about 2 months and change. I think it's back in July. I didn't really upload it early, so I just decided for wait until I make something good. So like a PR, hint. But we can see how that go. The struggle's real, man. I can't take that away from nobody. So you see everybody just struggle. I struggle too. So let me do this. A nice intro here. This is all part of my warm-up. If anybody wondering, my warm-up usually go like this. I do, it depends on how I feel, but I usually start off with a set of 5 on the same weight. 45, 25, go 5 on that. And then a 5 on that again. Right? And from there, I do 45, 35. I'll do, usually I'll do a 4 or a 3 on that. Here I just decided to do a 2 because I was excited, I feel like I had the push in me for push through this and really get something good happening. So, I was kind of rushing here. I take my reasonable rest in between, but my setup and everything, you notice how I just want to go regular, ready to go all the time, So here, 225, I would usually go, I usually go 5 on it. Can't remember how much I do on this. I didn't really rewatch the video too much. I just kind of wing it on this up. You can see how much I decided to do on this one, but I usually go 5. So I go 5, 5, 3, 2, 1 on my increases. And that can count as warm up, and after that I start putting in some good solid sets. Looking back at this video here, so I realized that I put on my belt early. I usually don't do that. I would usually do a couple of my lifts them from the beginning. Throughout my warm-up session, I do without belt. And then once the working set goes, I, for putting my core against it, I try to go with the belt then. But I see I started off with the belt early this time. Interesting. Well, it helped me for a while, everything was going wonderfully. So let me check out this next set here. See how this one go. Should be smooth on this one, so I can't complain. One down, come, let's go up. Yeah, man. So we pull up this one. This one's good. and do the setup for the other one. And every time you see me walk out to the screen, what you see in there is just me positioning myself to edit the video, right? Because I take about, I say maybe 3 to 3.5 minutes between sets. So whenever you see me walk out the screen, there's I position for edit the video and squeeze between when I come back to the bar and set up for the next set and ready to go again. So, I got to be a little bit slick about it. I really wanted to push myself in this whole workout session here. It was a long time before this since I do any squatting, heavy squats I should say. I pull off the shirt because who don't want to work out with the shirt off? So I decided to push myself this time around and see how far I can take it. I really, really wanted to go as far as I can. And in my head, I tell myself, I say, we have a back injury, and if we don't do it now, we can't do it ever. So let's go. And also, again, for anybody wondering if you miss it, I am recovering from a back injury. It was really, really bad. I had 2 herniated discs that took me out for a while. I was out for a while, a long time. And I tell you, man, no joke, I thought I was done, I thought I was be able to do anything. Done with squats, done with everything, done with bench, because even on bench I just feel it, And there we go, that's a nice 315 squat there. Nice and solid. The setup looked beautiful, so the dung come up, everything looks solid. Yeah, man, as I was saying, I was done for a while. And it's true deadlifting, man. You see, it's true deadlifting that you see I end up doing that to myself, And people always ask me, so why you deadlift? Because, deadlift is done now. If you ain't competing, what you deadlifting for? I ask myself every time, why even lift weights? Because if you ain't competing, why you lifting? You want to put yourself in a position of success at all times. So that's why people lift, and that's why people do things they're not supposed to, or they're deemed that they're not supposed to, but you do it anyways. Put yourself in a position of success. So if a position or a time ever come, you can't say you didn't prepare yourself for this. What could that be? It could be anything. So other than that, yeah, man. So I'm recovering from this back injury, and always I have to keep telling myself, when you're squatting, please make sure you don't deviate from your path. Don't deviate from the path. If you can't lift the bar and you find yourself you're going to end up leaning forward, ease off. And every single time, sometimes you see me, I stand up. Even right there, I stand up, I analyzing the bar, I analyzing the weight. And I talking to myself in my head, and I saying, yo, you have to make sure you go down and come back up straight. Don't deviate, because there's only one back you have. If you don't do it now, you mash up. So, yeah, man. Basically, I feel my injury and the stress against my lower back there. I feel it whenever I lean forward. So everything has to be straight down into my feet. I cannot, any weight that I push, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. That's some belly strength right there. You see there? Yeah, man. So every time you see I go under the bar and I push, I tell myself that I have to keep that straight line. if any 90-degree anything happen, let it happen outside. I have to keep that straight line, that bar movement straight at all times, because if I move out of that angle, I am done, because then I support in the bar and the weight on the bar with my mid and lower back muscles, right? Put the strength, put the pressure on my legs for the squat and nowhere else. Keep your back out of it. Keep the core solid and engage. So that's always my focus. So when people ask me, oh, you have back injury, but how come you can squat and do all these workouts still? Well, you can. Depends on the injury. And technically speaking, I probably shouldn't be doing it. I shouldn't be doing it, but I do it because this make me feel, this is what, it pushes me, man. It make me feel alive. So I do it for that. So right now we're going for a, what is this, 265, 365. Let's go, baby. This is one of those we're getting up there moments. Engage that core. Hold on to that bar. Movements. There we go. Suck in that breath. Yeah, man. Boom. Yep. All right. See that? So, honestly speaking, at this point in time, after I do this set, I was saying to myself, oh boy, because at this point, I think my max was 375, something like that. 370, 375, something around that range. Can't remember. I have to look it up. I have everything recorded somewhere. But this is one of those things where I look back and I say, okay, I could see where the little bit of doubt come in, because I did that and I say to myself, oh man, that was tough, right? That was tough. But I feel if I brace a little bit more, or I engage to come back up a little bit sooner, I could still make depth and then come back up to make the necessary arrangements to come out of the hole. So I can make this one attempt here and try to pull that off. Let me see how this one work out for me. Once again, as soon as you get that bar, I make the step. I count my steps. I know my distance. Core. Roll. Boom. Failure. Nah, man. So, people, this is what you don't see. Right? Not everything I do is a success, man. So I rework everything. I put it back up. Deal with my shame. But I know I had to get it done, because I made up my mind this day that I was going to do something special. So I decided to roll with it. So now here we go again. Same attempt. 370. There we go. Yeah, this on rack looks shaky. Yeah, it's shaky, but we can do it anyway. Come on, man. Let's go. Nope. So now I'm talking to myself in my head, telling myself, I said, look, man, I know I can do this, because it don't feel heavy. It's just that I don't feel ready. So this time around, I take a long rest. Long rest. I have to set everything back up, pull off everything, and I make sure this time around, compared to last time, that I did not include re-racking the weights and putting the weights back and the bar back up as part of my rest, because that's what I did last time. So after I do this, then I set my rest timer to go. So it turned out to be somewhere around 8 minutes or something like that I end up resting. And that was the plan. No, I think that was what was that, 365, 375? Yeah, that was 375. 345s, a quarter, and 2.5. Yeah, man. Yeah, so we're gonna deal with this again. Put the weight back on, and we're gonna move from there. As for benching, I spent a long time getting myself ready for the whole squat session thing, because I feel inside that is something that I could do and make a definite PR on. So that because I focus on squat over the time, I didn't neglect doing benches, right? But yeah, there's the quarter and there is the 5. So yeah, so it's 375. Yep, so I didn't neglect benching. It's just that I focus more on the squat because I know I could get a PR on that. So I said, okay, let me attack this, try to get something out of it. And then when that's done, I can just kind of balance my workout then to include both. But I still doing benching. I do bench twice a week, squat twice a week. But most of my focus on heavy strength training kind of go into the squat because I know that's where I want to make the next PR session happen. Deadlifts? Nah, man. I don't deadlift. Don't know when again I'll be deadlifting because I think it's going to be a while before this back injury disappear or it eats up enough for me to deadlift. Yeah, buddy. See that? It went down easy, come back up easy. See, I shake my head on that one because I had to tell myself, I said, man, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Well, I don't know why it was so difficult for me. So this is where the juice happened, Now I excited because I just pulled that off and it feel easy. And that was supposed to be the PR walk away. But I said, you know what? Let me try 380 and go with that. See where it take me. So I walk off with this one. Pull up. Yeah, man. So that's 2 PRs in one day. And right about now I pumped up. But I had to talk to myself and say, yo, don't do it, man. Don't do it. So we can get a follow-up here. This is about 2 months later. When I had a chance to. There you go. 405, baby. If you want to see that again, pull it back up. 405. So that is it. The stressed out squat session that put me over the edge. It took me 2 months to beat a third PR.